Today's one of the best days on the farm. That's the day that we move goats to a new pasture. About every, we try to do it every 28 to 30 days. Move the goats from one pasture to the next. And today we're moving them to the very furthest pasture away. Got me a little feed in my bucket. They, pasture that we're walking across right now is the pasture that they were in here a month ago. They were up at the barn, the pasture by the barn. That's where I'm moving them from now, and we're going to cross this pasture that they were in. This pasture that they're in now, this is one they were in a month ago, and I clipped it and moved them to the front pasture. And we're going to the very back pasture now. They were in here, grazed it after they moved out. After I moved them out, come in here with a tractor and clipped the top side of it. You see it's coming back real nice. And you'll be able to see the difference in the pastures here in a minute. This is where they'll be for the next month. Get them all through the gate, and then I'll go shut the gate. Poured a little feed on the ground for them there. Have water. They'll be on this pasture here for a month, and then after that we'll move them back to this pasture. Once they get back on this pasture, it will be like 60 days since they've been on this pasture. This is the front pasture that we're back in, and I started clipping it yesterday. You can see, I'll show you. You can see the difference in how they've eat it down. I clip it down to about this height. Just basically take the top side of it and puts a little carbon back on the feel, and just kind of clip it down. Let it come back. That way we got a little loose hay like that back on the field. That helps it out and makes it come back better than it was. This field I like just a little bit having it clipped, and after I get it clipped, it'll be good for the winter until we put the goats back in here. When we put the goats back in here, this actual pasture here, when we put the goats back in here, they'll actually come into this part first. We've got a fence up here that we're like just a little bit finishing, so this will actually be divided into two pastures when we get back into this field, back into the rotation here. If you don't rotate your pastures, you should. It helps your pastures. Also, it helps with parasite control in your goats. That's something that's very important. To be honest with you, that's probably the main reason that I started rotational grazing, and haven't been doing it long, but so far I like it. I'm already seeing the results of it, and hopefully things didn't work out this year, but hopefully this spring, this coming spring, we'll add some cows to the mix So we have some cows and some goats in on the same pasture at the same time. You can see they've worked this over pretty good. It's a lot of weeds and stuff. I'll come in here, clip that, and I'll show you what it looks like when we get it all clipped. Back out here this afternoon, I bush hogged this morning and got quite a bit of the bush hogging done in the field down here. Like about an hour, and should be finished. Had to go get some more fuel. Got fuel for the tractor. Caden got fuel for the four-wheeler, so we're gonna get fueled up and see if we can get this work finished here. When we get through bush hogging, we got to move the goat shelter down to the new pasture that we rotated the goats into this morning, and move their mineral feeder down there. I think that's it. And I'll show you the pasture once we get going. So right now though, I'm gonna put fuel in the tractor. Well, I just got finished with the front part. The only part we like is the old wildlife food plot. We've had an electric fence up across to keep the goats out of there. We had some peas planted in there. Peas didn't do too good, but I'm gonna pick the electric fence up, get it up, and then I'm gonna go in there and bush hog that and clean up a few little places like around this little wood line here. And I think that'll be about it. We'll have it ready. You ready to try to get the fence? You got the reel? Right where? Got it hooked on? All right, let's. It won't really matter. We just have to try it and see. been a hot one today, but we got the goat shelter moved. Got it set up right there. Water, feed troughs. Got them a shade cloth stretched across the backs so they can have more shade, which I got plenty shade all out in the pasture. There's lots of shade trees. This just give them a little extra shade up here from rain when it rains. And so that's got the shelter put up. Get my tractor out of there, and we'll be ready to go. This is just an old shelter that I've been using. I use it. It's made out of pallets with a top nailed on it, and it works good. It's a little heavy. I've been thinking about building a different type of goat shelter, one that's more movable, portable. So down in the comments, leave me some ideas, suggestions, what you think I should do for a new goat shelter. There's lots of different ideas I know that's out there, and I'd like to know what you think. So if you will, give me some ideas.